So here's the deal. This video was shot on 0 hours of sleep, and it took us about 20 hours to get here with all the stops we made. So if there's no structure to this vlog, that's pretty much why. With that being said, guys, enjoy day one of the Indiana trip. So that's right, guys. We're doing the Indiana road trip yet again. It's a little bit past 3:30 in the morning right now, and I'm actually about to go head over to pick up Josiah. Now, we're leaving a lot earlier this time because unfortunately this year we do not have the luxury of stopping for a few days in Missouri with Brandon, so we just have to do the entire 16-hour drive in one day. This is going to be a long day, guys. But before we get out of here, let me go ahead and show you what I have in the back of the 4Runner. What we have back here is not much, as you can see. Now, the reason we have a lot less in here than we did last year is because we decided to not go up to Wyoming this year because, as we found out last year, the prices in Wyoming are a lot higher than pretty much anywhere else on the way to Indiana. However, we have some of the Kodo collection left over from last year. We have some Neon Skies mortars. We have some just standard Excalibur shells right here. Roman candles. Of course, you have all my camera stuff. Pelican case, Phantom, Ronin. GoPro boxes are right back there. Hopefully you can see that. I'm also bringing the SM7B just in case. It is really dark back here, but we have some death shells and some Excalibur Platinums, along with a couple tripods down there. With that intro out of the way, guys, it's time for me to get in the friggin' 4Runner and go down to Josiah's house. Hour into the drive, we had a little bit of a incident where Josiah slipped through his alarm, although I can't really be too mad at him for that because I do that all the time myself, unintentionally, but it does happen. You can probably hear that squeak coming from the hatchback. That's the firework boxes kind of rubbing together a little bit. That's gonna get old really quick, but yeah, as you can see, guys, 521 miles. We gotta stay on I-70. So, yeah. It's gonna be a fun drive, guys. We just got gas at the first gas station. It's freaking 6:31 in the morning right now. Gas here is very expensive. I just paid $5.01 a gallon and took 10 gallons for 154 miles. So we're off to a good start so far. It also started spraying a little bit of coolant everywhere. So yeah, we're off to a great start, guys. I mean, what do you think?
It's great. It's great.
The coolant reservoir overflowed and it was leaking, you know, out down to the bottom of the vehicle, but from underneath the vehicle, it looked like it was leaking right out of the oil filter. So we just had a little bit of a heart attack there, but I checked all the fluid levels. Everything is good. So we're going to go find food and then continue on. $17 for a McDonald's breakfast. we're pulling out of the second gas station. I know we haven't been filming that much, but it is what it is, you know. Still leaking like a very considerable amount of coolant, which I don't like. That's not making me very happy. And I also pulled another 14 mile a gallon tank on the highway. So yeah, we've got another 8 hours and 16 minutes until we get to our first destination, which is not our final destination. So yeah, quite a long day already, and it's only 8:55 in the morning. We're about 350 miles into this drive now. It's going all right, I guess. I mean, we're having some heat issues with the 4Runner, which is kind of a shame. So every once in a while we're having to cycle the AC on and off, but we're still 6.5 hours away from our first destination, which is a gigantic fireworks shop. I don't know, it's yeah, I'm already tired of sitting in this freaking seat. It's not very comfortable, and having to turn the AC off every once in a while is pretty annoying because it heats up in here very quickly. But that's just the way she goes when you're driving a car that's older than you across the country, I guess. So if you guys remember last year, this thing stranded us out in Missouri because of that rear wheel bearing. I wanted to replace the other 3 wheel bearings before this trip, but I ended up not being able to, unfortunately. However, the rear drive shaft does have new U-joints, and it was rebuilt. It was straightened, balanced, all that good stuff. So we should be in pretty good shape here, hopefully at least. But yeah, having to get gas every 160 or so miles because of this lovely fuel economy we're getting here. It's been great. It's been great, especially with how cheap gas is these days. So we're at our third gas stop. That freaking dollar amount is going up a lot faster than I would like to see, but that's unfortunately the way she is right now. It's also really windy here. We don't even have 150 miles on this tank. Yep. Just wasting my precious gas that I just paid a lot of money for. Look at that, guys. Friggin' down to 3/4 of a tank with not even 50 miles. Not how I wanted to be spending my time right now. If this guy had woken up on time, we would have actually been pretty close to the friggin' fireworks shop by now, but no, we're stuck behind this friggin' custom Chevy Silverado, and it's just a great time. It's also looking like we're not even gonna get to Indiana until past midnight now, so looking forward to that. It's been great so far, and it just keeps getting better. It really does. And my windshield is completely covered in bugs, as you'd expect, because it has not rained this entire trip, which is actually kind of interesting because we ran into quite a bit of rain both ways last year, actually. But this year, no. Clear skies, friggin' hot, and no rain, just bugs all over my windshield. We're leaving yet another gas station, and guys, you're never gonna believe this, the gas mileage went up. We almost got 16 miles a gallon on the highway. I know, it's freaking crazy, right? We're only an hour and 48 minutes from the fireworks Superstore. Friggin' finally, I'm pretty excited to get there and see what that place is all about. From everything I've seen about it, it looks pretty cool. I'm also just excited to get out of the car for a longer period of time than just getting gas. But yeah, we're about to get back on the highway here, and we'll be there pretty soon, I guess. Josiah, you happy with our haul?
Yes. Yes.
Just about $2,000, guys. And now we got to get all of this into the 4Runner. So we made it work. Check that out. Look at this, guys. This is definitely the most fireworks I have ever had in the 4Runner at one time. That shot right there is just glorious. Go ahead and close the hatch back up. Check that out, still closes nice and perfect. And then in the back seats, we got some standard stuff here. Xcal Platinums, Death Shells, Zombie Shells right there. We got some more stuff here. It's just a lot. We have quite a bit. And the squat's back. There you go. All right, we had to stop off at one last tent before we headed the rest of the way to Indiana. And we got some more good stuff. And Josiah's holding his Jungle Fever box up there because we're full to the brim back here.
It's like last year now.
It's more than last year, bro. This is ridiculous.
I had to hold some shells up here last year, though.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
We
But
were
still,
like
man.
this.
Yep, there's not much room between that wheel well and the tire. Are you ready to go the rest of the 4.5 hours to Indiana?
Not really, but we got to do it. So
Yeah, fair enough.
let's get it.
Let's go. Just finished filling up at what should be the second to last gas station before we pull up at Yellowbanks, where I got a whopping 12.5 miles per gallon on this tank. And it's only going to go down from there because, as you guys know, we are completely loaded up in terms of my payload. We're actually over the limit by quite a bit here. The day is finally almost over. I can't wait to go to bed. I've been awake since, 4:30 yesterday afternoon, and it's now almost 10 o'clock p.m. over a day later. So it's been a good time, but I'm definitely ready to go to bed. Seriously, guys, just take a second to admire how much fireworks we have in this thing. It's absolutely ridiculous. I've got absolutely no rear visibility. I can't see my blind spot out of this side. And we still have another 4 hours left to get to Yellowbanks. We finally just filled up at the last gas station before we get to Yellowbanks. We're about an hour and a half or so away from there. I got okay-ish gas mileage. Wasn't too bad, wasn't too great either. But regardless, I'm trying to keep this as short as possible because I want to get to Yellowbanks and go to sleep. And I know this guy does too. He's been whining for the last 8 hours about it, so
yeah. Stop with that, bud. Yeah, don't lie.
Yeah?
Yeah. Liar.
Look over here.
Yeah, no, I don't think I will.
We finally made it up to Yellowbanks. It's about 2:15 in the morning right now. I'm in the process of getting my little bed set up. This isn't our permanent residence for the week. We're going to be moving tomorrow, which you'll see in the vlog that comes out tomorrow, along with a little bit of a rundown on all of the fireworks we ended up buying today. Anyway, though, guys, until then, that is going to be it for part 1 of the Indiana road trip. Come back tomorrow for part 2. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, thank you for watching.